Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I hope everyone is doing well. Good morning. This is our moments of, hey, Michelle. This is our moments of, hey, Tamisha. Our moments of inspiration. And we want to take this time out to just encourage each and every person. So tag somebody. Come on, y'all. Tag somebody. Let's get on here and tag somebody. Say hello to me while you're coming on if you can. That would be awesome. That would be magnificent. Hey, Viv. I want everybody to come on. And we're going to talk about, we're talking about how to let go of what hurt you. Mother Marshall, I see you. Thank you for coming on. How to let go of the thing that hurt you. It's important. It's vital. So go ahead and share this if you can. Tag somebody. Tag somebody. And it's going to be a few moments. I can't say everything that I want to say. I want to keep it to a bare minimum. As I say in church, give me 5 more minutes, but it's never 5 more minutes. It's never 5 more minutes. I wish it was. But as more are coming on and we're getting ready to engage in this, I wanted to take moments of inspiration to speak on the subject, how to let go of what hurt you. How to let go of what hurt you. Of course, we've all had some traumatic experiences, and it's easy for other people to tell you how to get over your pain, how to get over your hurt, except for the fact that you're the one that's going through it. You're the one that's in your trial, in your season, in your circumstance. You're the one that's walking this journey. So for others to tell you how to get over something is somewhat, I would say, it's helpful for those who are being constructive, but it's also a sense of petulance as well, because they're not the ones that's going through it. So they're actually speaking vicariously. They're speaking vicariously, and some are speaking with sympathy. But good morning. But still, it doesn't take away or eliminate the fact that you are the one that's going through your pain and your hurt. If you've ever lost something, if you've ever had a traumatic experience about something, then you know what it is to process pain and hurt. You know what it is to process pain and hurt. And of course, I've been through things, you've been through things, but it's a great thing when we can come together to try to help each other in our times, in our seasons that we are going through. And so it's not that I'm here to tell you how to get over it, but I am going to give you some life experiences as far as how I got over it. I'm not going to give you all examples. I'm going to just give you some tips and tools of how I got over the pain or the hurt that was caused in my life. And I want you to do the same. Hey, Mama Pat, I want you to do the same as well. And so I want everybody to tag somebody. I want you to share this because we're about to start now. And I want to make sure that we're getting everybody that we can on here. And so if you have any questions, go ahead and write those questions down, and I will try to get to it. I have a time limit, so I want to make sure that I get as much as I can into this time limit. So the first thing, when experiencing hurt, and I need y'all to be my scribe, so I need you to write down some of the things that I am about to say. When we are going through our hurt or processing hurt or going through our pain or traumatic experiences, the first thing I want you to do is acknowledge that you've been through it. All right. I want you to acknowledge that you've been through it. That's number one. Everybody write down acknowledge. If we do not acknowledge what we've been through, then it's like we're avoiding the situation. We're ignoring it. We're acting like it never existed. We have to say to ourselves, it happened to us. It happened to us. Now, I know that some of us do not want to hear anything of the sort. We don't want to hear that. But it happened. Whether we lost somebody in our lives or whether it's somebody that did something to us to cause us the pain and the suffering. I know one thing is that if you've lost somebody that's dear to you, sometimes you don't even want to acknowledge that they're gone. You don't even want to acknowledge that they're gone. And then on the other spectrum or the other side, some people have done some traumatic things to us, violated our entire being, violated us in some way, shape, form, or fashion. It could be that there was adultery. It could be that they said something to hurt us. It could be that there was a divorce. It could be that people left you. Whatever it is, they said things about you that totally destroyed you, and they were close to you. It's usually the people that are close to you that hurt you. It's not the people that you can care nothing about. You get that? It's not the people that you can care nothing about as far as they can't get to your soul. It's the people that hurt you that give you the traumatic experiences that you never wanted to encounter ever in your life. But being the reason that you did, it hurts you. It wounds you. So now we have to say, okay, you know what? I acknowledge it. It happened to me. It happened to me. It came into my life. I see that it happened. It manifested in this way. There's nothing I can do about that portion of it because it happened. I need everybody to write down, it happened. Come on, write it down. It happened. I know we don't want to acknowledge it, but I need you to write it down. It happened. It happened. Come on, let's just write that down. It happened. It happened. It happened to us. Listen, and I don't want to bust your bubble, but my time is wasting. My time is running out. I don't want to bust your bubble, but it happens to the best of us. No matter how much we guard ourselves, no matter how much we look out for ourselves, it happened. It happened. And we have to acknowledge that it happened. It happened to us. We could be the strongest person on this earth, but guess what? Trials don't stop coming. It happened. And we have to acknowledge that these things in our lives happened. It manifested. We didn't invite it. We didn't want it. We didn't request it, but it happened to us. So now we have to acknowledge that it happened. Some of you are still walking around saying, if I would have did this, if I would have, no. We acknowledged it happened. Did you get that? We acknowledged it. It happened. You can't go back and erase the things that you've done. It's over with. It happened. Now that we acknowledged that it happened, and I know some of you are looking for me to hoop and holler and do some spiritual thing, but I want to give you some practical things. You acknowledge that it happened. Number 2, this is what I want you to write down, because we often skip over this part because we want to please other people. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Now, I know some of you, because you're being incredulous and you're being skeptical and you're saying, why do I have to forgive myself if it happened to me? Why do I have to forgive myself if it happened to me? This is the reason why it's important for you to forgive yourself. This is the reason. Because you allowed it to happen to you. Not that it was right, but you allowed it to happen to you. I need everybody to write down, forgive yourself. Give yourself permission to forgive yourself. Some situations you had no control over. Some situations, listen to me, some situations you had no control over. So I understand the moments that you're having saying that you don't have to forgive yourself. I understand that. I understand that portion of it. But if you have been in any type of relationship, and you say to yourself, you know what? I seen it coming, but I did not excuse myself. I knew it was going to happen. There was something inside of me. There was some discerning moments that I knew it was going to happen, but I didn't say anything. I didn't stop it. I don't want you to beat yourself up, because sometimes, and even when you haven't done anything to yourself, your mind often reflects and say, what if I would have did this differently? Even though you ain't have no control over it. What if I would have did this differently? What if I would have said this in a different way? What if I would have just took time out to listen to this person and answer their phone call? You see what I'm saying? So we began, here it is, y'all, and I want you to catch this. We began to beat ourselves up. We began to feel guilty. We began to feel condemned. And that begins to weigh on us. And the moment that it begins to weigh on us, you'll see our behavior change. You'll see our behavior change. Can I tell you this? You cannot be in control of other people's actions. Did you get that? You cannot be in control of other people's actions. Sometimes we try to control people so much, and guess what? It still doesn't work. It still doesn't work. If somebody walked away from you in your relationship, that's not your fault. That's their behavior. That's what they decided to do. You get that? And because I want to make this plain. Then now you start reflecting or reminiscing or recollecting, what could I have done differently? And it's good that you can see the things that you've done differently, but it's bad when you beat yourself up. It's bad when you beat yourself up. So the second thing that I want you to do is forgive yourself. Even if you've done nothing wrong, forgive yourself. Because you know what'll mess you up? Your mind will start playing tricks on you to make you believe that you did something when you had no control over what was done to you. You get that? You had no control over what was done to you. So I want you to forgive yourself. We cannot skip over the part of forgiving yourself. How can it be that we forgive others, but we can't forgive ourselves? If I'm talking to any of y'all out there and this is helping you, come on, press them hearts and press those thumbs up so I know that you're still with me. We have to forgive ourselves. You know, there were some things that I've done in my past, and I said to myself, I said, you know what? I go to them and I say, I'm sorry. But I never forgave myself, and I continue to beat myself up over some of the things that I've done. And you know, it's never ever healthy to continue to beat yourself up and not realize that they've already forgiven you, but you didn't forgive yourself. yourself. You didn't forgive yourself. It's important that you continue to forgive yourself. And you say, how do you forgive yourself? How do you forgive yourself? You say to yourself, you know what? It's over. It's done. I did what I was supposed to do. I said what I was supposed to do. And so now I'm going to let this go. I'm going to let this go so I can continue to live an abundant life. Now, I gave you the first one. I gave you the second thing. Here's the third thing, especially when you're trying to overcome hurt and pain and you did nothing wrong. Sometimes it's good that you distance yourself. I know it messed you up. I know. I'm sorry. But in order for you to heal sometimes, you have to distance yourself from the person who hurt you. Can y'all write that down? Distance yourself. You have to distance yourself so that healing can take place. Y'all missed that? You missed that? You have to distance yourself, whether it be physically and, here it is, mentally. Because when you have that type of separation so that healing can take place, because here it is, if I'm always with you, if we're always together and I have those bitter feelings inside of me, I'll never forgive you of what you've done. Sometimes, and I know I'm going from the practical sense, y'all. I'm going from the practical sense. Sometimes you have to distance yourself. People say, well, why didn't you just talk to that person? Why didn't you say this? Because if I would have said something in that moment, I would have been the one that was hurting somebody. So not only am I hurt, but now I'm going to say something or do something to hurt somebody else. I know the Bible says this. And I know it's a little contradictory of what I just said. The Bible says, don't let the sun go down on your wrath. And I get that. I understand that. But from the practical sense, if I begin to be in your presence and I'm not healed, I will destroy you instead of being healed from what was destroying me. Now, I'm going to mix you up. The Bible also says, be angry and what? And sin not. So if you're moving in anger, that's not the time for you to confront the issue. You need some distancing so you can heal. You need some emotional distancing so you can heal. Because if you don't, instead of healing, you'll walk in vengeance. Instead of healing, you'll walk in spitefulness. Instead of healing, you'll seek to be vindicated. And there'll be no resolution to anything that you're trying. See, here's the thing. You can't resolve anything if your mind isn't ready for healing. I hope I'm helping somebody. If I'm helping you, please tell me I'm helping you. You can't resolve things if you are walking in bitterness. You can't do it. So the person that hurt you, or the experience that you were hurt from, you'll never be healed because there's still bitterness in your heart. So instead of God pushing you, or let me say this because this had nothing to do with God. Let me say this. Instead of you walking in the process of healing, which God has given you a method of healing, here it is. Your mind is seeking strategies and ways of trying to get back at them. Can I say this? God has already made a way. He's already made a way for us to be healed, right? Let's establish that. He's already made a way for us to be healed. But here, we have to take the healing. So in order for me to be healed, sometimes I got to distance myself first. Has anybody ever been hurt by anything? Anybody? Any experience? And you say, you know what? I don't know how I'm going to get over this, but I need my time. You know how we say that we're emotionally distancing ourselves from people? This is how we say it. We need space. We don't come up with the term that we need physical distance or emotional distance from them. What we say is, give me my space. Give me my space. And my time is running, y'all, so I got to move on. Give me my space. That's what distancing is synonymous with. It's synonymous with give me my space. I need time. I need time. Because in that moment and in that process of time, that's when healing can take place. And it's not so much because you already forgave them. Now, let me say this. Let me go backwards real quick. Because when you forgive a person, it doesn't mean that you're going to put yourself back into those actions or into that circumstance for them to hurt you again. You're not forgiving them for them. You're forgiving them for you. Did you hear that? You're not forgiving them for them. You're forgiving them for you. You forgave them. Okay, you're sorry. All right, I get that. And here's the thing. You know what? I'm not really going to concentrate on anything else except for saying that if I don't forgive myself and I don't forgive you for myself, then what's going to happen is I'm going to walk with that stress and with that pressure. I'm going to walk with that stress and with that pressure of what they've done to me. Because you know what? It's always going to replay in your mind. And every time you see them, it's going to replay. It's going to replay. That's how you know you need emotional distance. You need emotional distance. And if you're not healed, when you see that person or you revisit that thing and it brings up some type of emotion in you that is not healthy, you still need time. You still need time. I know people. I know you're going to say, well, I've given myself a year. I've given myself 2 years or 3 years. You know what? If it still hurts you inside, you have to take as much time as you need. Nobody can tell you how much time you need to be healed. Did you get that? Nobody can tell you how much time you need to be healed. Nobody. Listen, I don't care what anybody says. Nobody can tell me how much time I need to be healed from the experiences that I've encountered. That's something that God has to work on me with. And he has to work on you. So some of us need some distancing. We need some distancing. Now, I'm going to give you 2 more and then I got to go because I'm way over my time, okay? I'm going to give you 2 more. We'll pick it up another time. We have to have some self-care. We have to have some self-care. especially when we've been hurt. Whatever it is that will take our minds off of the experience that we had, we have to do it. For instance, if it's something that we can involve ourselves in that will give us joy to take our minds off of the pain, then I would rather you take some time and experience joy instead of hurt. Experience joy instead of pain. Here it is. What is it that I can do that will give me happiness in the moments I'm feeling hurt? What is it that I can do? And I'm going to move on. I'm going to go expeditiously now. What is it that I can do to help myself feel joy when when something triggers a memory in my mind? What can I do to help myself to bring me not to the place where I'm unhappy, sad, angry, irate, the moment that I start remembering that experience? We have to find something that will counteract how we feel in that moment when a memory is triggered in our minds. Y'all get me? That's self-care. It's not always going to be vacations that are going to help you. But what can I do in that moment? It's not always going to be buying yourself something, because now you're going to have some more pain because your credit card bill just went up. You get what I'm saying? It's not about spending money on everything. What can I do in that moment that'll help me get over that memory? That's self-care. And whatever it is that needs to be implemented and executed every time a memory is triggered that reminds you of the bad, hurtful, wounded experience that you've encountered. Self-care. Did you get that? Self-care. Everybody say self-care. Self-care. You get it? Now, here's the last thing that I'm going to say, and then we're going to get off of here. I tried to do it as quickly as I can. Here's the next thing. You have to start speaking to yourself, especially against negative emotions. All right? Everybody say, speak to yourself. Let's write that down. Speak to yourself. Only you can talk yourself out of the emotions that you are feeling. Only you can talk yourself out of the emotions that you are feeling. Sometimes other people can help you, but everybody is not going to be available at the moment that you start feeling and sensing negative emotions in your life. Now, let's be honest. We're going to have some negative feelings. Yes, we are. We're going to have some negative emotions. Yes, we are. We're going to be ready to hurt and be spiteful and take revenge because of those negative feelings that we had. But we got to speak against that. We got to counteract that. So we got to say to ourselves, the moment that, and y'all know, some things come to your mind and you like, Come on, y'all. Don't act like you don't know. Some people that hurt you and that memory triggers you and you sit there and you be angry for no reason. You was just happy. Now you're going to be angry. Come out of nowhere and you upset. Y'all ain't never been there? I've been there where I know this person did something to me, but I ain't even thinking about them. Then all of a sudden that experience just pops up in my head and I'm upset. My whole mood changes. My behavior and everything. It just, what's wrong with you? All of a sudden now you upset. You hurt. You got to start speaking to yourself. You got to start speaking to yourself. Say, no, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to allow this thing to ruin my joy. I'm not going to allow it. I'm not going to sit here and act like it doesn't hurt, because that's the memory that's in my mind. But I'm not going to allow this to hurt me and ruin the moment. Start speaking to yourself. And you don't always have to say it out loud. You know what keeps some of us out of trouble and coming up with plans to hurt people is you talking to yourself. I'm for real. Some people say that if you talk to yourself, you crazy. But I believe that if you talk to yourself and answer yourself, then we can check ourselves in. But talking to yourself, it helps me a great deal. Especially when you're the one that was hurt. You're the one that was hurt. So you got to find that thing. You got to find that thing that you can say to yourself that'll change your mind real quick. I have somebody who keeps coming after me. I do nothing wrong, but he keeps coming after me. He keeps trying to secretly set me up, and he keeps doing it as if I don't know. I haven't said anything to him yet. I know that is happening. He keeps trying to write me up secretly. He keeps coming after me, trying to set traps for me secretly. I'm telling you from experience now. And he's trying to do everything that he could to get me out of the position that I'm in. He's trying to do everything that he could to get me out of the position that I'm in. So you get these secret emails and you get these secret things that he's trying to set me up and use different diabolical and nefarious subterfuges to try to trap me. And every time in my mind I say, you're gonna reap what you sow. You're going to reap what you sow. I had to change my mindset to say this: God, you handle it. You see the difference? I had to change my mindset of being angry and praying that that he reap what he sows, to change my prayer to, God, you take care of this. God, you help me. God, you bless me. Because here it is, y'all. Here it is. And I hope I'm helping somebody, because this is currently happening to me. This is currently happening. And I know I did nothing wrong. I walk with integrity. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. But yet he's trying to find ways of trying to destroy me. So instead of me praying a prayer of revenge, I'm praying that God would help me and let God handle it. You see what I'm saying? Because the moment that I begin to handle it, I'm telling you, it's not going to be good. Probably not for me, and not for him either. It's not going to be good. So I pray every day before I walk into the building. I pray every day, God, give me wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Protect me as I am doing my job, as I am serving people. Protect me. And God, put your hand over me and on me and move in me. You see what I'm saying? Instead of bringing, now this is years of hurt, because this just didn't start when I got into this position. This started when I got my first position, and there was some form of jealousy that overtook his heart. And so now I'm working around jealous spirits who are looking every day of my career. And I'm not lying, y'all. I got documentation. I got documentation. Every day of my career to stop me from rising and to getting to the ranks that I'm in. And so, and I'm not saying this, listen, I'm not saying this for you to feel sorry for me. Because despite what was done and what they continue to try to do, God still moves on the heart of those who are over me to see that this is a good man and he's a leader and he's walking in integrity. So the one person, my boss, the one that is over me, who's trying to come against me, I don't pray the prayer of revenge. I just pray that God continues to help me. And here it is. Make my enemies my footstool. So however God does it, that's God's prerogative. I put it in his hands. And guess what? My chief, the councilmen, the supervisors, the sergeants, the detectives, they all show me favor because they know that I'm a man of integrity and they believe in me. But the one person that's been trying to set me up and destroy my entire career for 20 years, for 17 years that I've been on this job, it still hasn't worked. Why? Because I forgive him. I distance myself. I here it is. I put it in the hands of God. And I speak to myself every single time that I hear that something was secretly done to try to destroy me. I speak to myself and say, I'm putting it in your hands, God. Y'all get that? I felt that myself. I'm trying to keep myself from getting happy. I put it in God's hands. So how do I get over the hurt that was caused to me? I put it in God's hands. So I don't go out and do something that would destroy me, my character, my integrity, my example. Y'all get that? I hope I helped somebody on today. I hope I helped somebody. So as you are forgiving other people, I want you to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Sometimes you're going to need that social distancing. Sometimes you're going to need that. You're going to need that distancing. And it's okay. Don't be ashamed of it. We acknowledge what we did. It happened. We acknowledge what was done to us. It happened. It's okay. We forgive them. And in the moment of forgiving them, we forgive ourselves. We distance ourselves. We do. We take self-care because we need that. We need self-care. And not only that, but here it is, y'all. We speak. We speak against our negative emotions. We speak against it. And I thank God for that. I really do. We speak against our negative emotions. We have to. If we don't, y'all, we're going to speak ourselves into the behavior of what we're feeling at that time and the conduct of what we're feeling at that time. And that's not conducive for anything. It's not conducive. And we can't allow that to happen. We can't, because we will mess everything up. My desire is to be the leader of a police department. So if I act out now, if I act up because of what I'm feeling, because of what I know that is being done to me, if I act up now, I'll ruin what is ahead of me. And I can't do that. I'm not going to let them win. Can I tell you, don't let your hurt win. Can y'all write that down? Don't let your hurt win. And I'm getting off of here. Come on. Don't let your hurt win. Don't let what hurt you win. Don't let it win. You have power over your hurt. You get that? You have power over your hurt. You have authority over your hurt. Don't let your hurt win. Don't let it win. Don't let it win, y'all. Don't let it win. Don't let it move you. Stand strong. Stand strong. Don't let your hurt win. Don't let it move you. I love y'all so much. Before we get off of here, can everybody write down, success is on me? Come on, let's write that down. Success is on me. I hope I've encouraged somebody. I hope that somebody was inspired and motivated to do the right things and to overcome the hurt that is within you. There's plenty more things that can be said, but I've taken too much of your time as it is. So I pray that even the points that I was able to get out to you, that you received them and it helped you. It helped you. So everybody, success is on me. Walk in success. Don't let your hurt win. It's not going to win over you. I don't care what they try to do to you. I don't care what was done to you. You're still going to walk in success. And I speak that over your life. I declare that over your life, that you shall walk in success. Why? Because success and favor is on you. Success and favor is on you. Success and favor is on you. And anything they try to do to hurt you, it's not going to accomplish its mission, because you will be healed. You hear me? You will be healed. Y'all pray for me and I pray for you. Thank you so much. I believe in you and I pray that you believe in me. I love you so much. I love you so much. Be blessed in your day. Success is on you. Success is on you. I love you. Walk in favor, y'all. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Everybody, look at, I love y'all. Thank you so much. Before we get off of here, could y'all just give me some thumbs up? I can't do it myself. Some thumbs up and some what you call that, hearts and thumbs up. Can everybody do that for me? Give me some thumbs ups and some hearts. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mother Edith. Thank you, Elder Robinson, Elder Carey. Thank you, Mother Marshall. My man Barnes. I went to the academy with Barnes, and so he knows exactly how I feel and what it is to be in these situations. And be safe out there, Barnes. Be safe. We're coming up on our 20. We're coming up on our 20, brother. Be safe. Tamisha, thank you so much. Michelle, thank you so much. I'm going to start naming people and get in trouble. So everybody that's on here, I hope you've learned something. I hope I've given you some practical examples and tools and tips of how to overcome hurt. How to overcome hurt. I love you so much. Everybody, be blessed. Be blessed.